Bermad welcomes you back to the second Omega training video. In the first video we set up a new user with cloud.bermad.io. Today, we are going to sign in with the new user credentials we created in the first video, create your first Omega site and link your first Omega controller to this site. Let's begin. At this point you should be on cloud.bermad.io. Please sign in with the email address and password you set up earlier. Since this is your first time signing in, you will need to create a new site. Think of a site as a farm or a ranch. Each site can have multiple Omega controllers connected to it. In addition, each user can have multiple sites with multiple Omegas. Go ahead and enter a name for this new site along with a description to further identify this site. Once complete, press the Create New Site button. Great! You have created your first site? You will notice, your site is listed in the upper left corner of the page. Any additional sites added to this user can be accessed through the drop-down menu. Now that you have a site to link an Omega controller to, go ahead and wake up Claudio by clicking on the bubble symbol in the lower right corner. At this point Claudio will only offer you three options. Add a new controller, add a new site or customer support. We are adding a new controller, please select Add New Controller. The next question Claudio will ask is if this controller is an Epsilon or an Omega, please select Omega. The third step is to name your Omega controller. Be sure to select a unique name so it will be easy to identify when multiple Omega controllers are on one site. Now that you've named your first Omega, we have the option to link to an actual Omega or a virtual Omega. Selecting Not Now will create a virtual controller. This is nice for potential customers who like to see how the interface performs prior to purchasing. We are setting up a physical controller, please select Yes. A pop-up notification will appear. This is to notify you of the annual subscription fees. The subscription fees cover your cellular communication and cloud usage. Select Confirm to proceed. Claudio will now ask for the serial number of the Omega you are connecting. The serial number can be found on the back of the Omega on the label. You only need to enter the last few digits of the serial number. It does not require all the zeros to be entered. After you hit the Send button, Claudio will ask for the activation code. The activation code can be found on the label right below the serial number. Enter the activation code at this time and hit Send. Claudio will now confirm the activation code is active. Once confirmed you will have the options to add valves, water meters and/or analog sensors. For this video we will choose 0 and manually add them using Claudio once the Omega controller has been added. You have now successfully added your first Omega controller to your first site. You have been redirected to the Omega settings. Please click on the dashboard icon to view your controller on your dashboard. Welcome to your dashboard. Here you will see your first Omega controller. Once you add another controller to this site, they will appear here. This completes this training video. To summarize, we logged into cloud.bermad.io and entered our sign-in information. Next we used Claudio to add a new site to our new user and then we again used Claudio to add our new Omega to our new site. Thanks for watching. In the next Bermad training video we will add valves and valve settings to our Omega controller.